101.3 Grace Covenant FM. Lingaw kaayo.
Zo Joey on Grace Covenant FM.
Miss Lynn Mercedes.
Mr. July Aguilar.
Sexy Aya on Grace Covenant FM. Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
Usa ka oras nga tulumanon, matag Lunes hangtod Biyernes, alas 12 ang takna sa udto, ngadto na sa launa ang takna sa hapon. Ihatod kaninyo sa atong mga program anchors, Municipal Administrator, Engineer Joselito Nonoy Miquiabas, kauban sa iyang co-host nga si Kaji Melody Yurong. Ania ang inyong mga alagad sa kahanginan.
Okay, G, oras sa karon, alas 12:02. So, hello po sa lahat ng ating mga suking tigpaminaw. Adlaw karon nga Webes, March 10, 2022. So, hello po sa lahat dyan, and especially po sa lahat ng mga kumakain. Kumusta po kayo? I hope G nga okay ra mo diha. And happy eating and happy lunch time. So, hello again. And then, sa lahat ng ating mga viewers out there, sa atong YouTube na channel, hello po sing lahat, o sa atong Facebook account na nag-vlog ang mga Facebook account. Well, anyways, okay lang yan. And happy Thursday po sa inyong lahat. So, kagahapon at amo nang nahuman og basa ang lahat ng mga presidentiables starting from the Ping Lacson, and then next naman po si Bongbong Marcos, and then si Isko Moreno Dumagoso, followed by Manny Pacquiao and Leni Robredo. So yun po ang akong last nga na-mention kagahapon sa atong presidentiables. Yung biography, yung accomplishment po ng magpapili, usa sa magpapili para sa atong presidential seat or presidential seat, si Leni Robredo. So ako lang balikon, Meki G, ha, sa lahat ng ating mga viewers out there. Hello po sing lahat. I hope Meki G nga okay ra mo diha. So ito po ang kanyang accomplishment. Refresh lang po ito. So kumusta po? I hope Meki G nga okay ra. Despite sa atong weather condition and experience karon nga medyo makulimlim pa rin. So sa lahat ng mga naiplano nga mulakaw, please don't forget to bring your payang, and then careful lang sa yung pag-drive kay slippery kayo atong mga dalan. So kabahin again sa accomplishment or major legislation sa buhay po or sa mga nabuhat niya presidential candidate Leni Robredo. So nangunguna po sa kanyang major legislation kaning Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act, Tax Incentives Management and Transparency Act Contemta, Open High School System Act, Discriminalizing Premature Marriages, Graphic Health Warning Act, and National Children's Month Act. So yun po ang kanyang mga major legislation. So marami din siya nagawa isip na congressman prior sa iyang pagiging vice president. So muni ang kanyang mga law nga pass isip nga congressman. Again, kan Republic Act 10708, or also known as the Tax Incentives Management and Transparency Act Contemta, Republic Act 10611, the National Children's Month Act, Republic Act 10646, also known as the Charter of the Quezon City Development Authority, and then Republic Act 10665, also known as Open High School System Act. Next naman po kan Republic Act 10638, also known as Extending the Corporate Life of the Philippine National Railways for another 50 years. Next naman na kanya napasa isip nga Congresswoman kan Republic Act 10707, also known as Rationalizing and Strengthening the Probation System. And lastly po na yung napasa isip na Congresswoman kan Republic Act 10643, also known as Graphic Health Warning Laws. And then napod siya yung mga bills nga napasa isip nga Congresswoman. Number 1, kaning House Bill number 3432, also known as Comprehensive Anti-Discrimination. Next naman po kaning House Bill number 4201, also known as Healthy Beverage Options Act of 2014. Next is kaning House Bill number 4911, also known as People Empowerment Bill. And then kaning House Bill number 5829, Act to declare the month of October as a Breast Awareness Month or Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And lastly naman kaning House Bill number 5841, also known as Agrarian Reform Commission Act. So kabahay naman siyang project as Vice President. So ako lang siyang balikon sa lahat ng mga late tuners out there. Hello po sing lahat dyan. O sa mga viewers po. O recap lang po ito, kabahin sa accomplishment biography ni Leni Robredo. So number 1, na iyang project as Vice President, kaning effective and timely pandemic response, kaning social services to far-flung villages kung laylayan, and then kaning job training trabaho hope. Next is assistance to community and micro-entrepreneurs, kabahin din po sa kanyang healthcare, education, women empowerment, rural development, housing and settlement, disaster relief and rehabilitation, and a COVID response. Yan namang initiative as Vice President, kani ang Angat Buhay Program, dormitories to healthcare workers during the pandemic, Swab Cab Project, Vaccine Express, community assistance programs, locally funded projects, and livelihood and training programs. So yun po ang kanyang initiative as Vice President. So kabahay naman sa kanyang plataforma, sumoni siya. Plataforma po ni Leni Robredo. So mo niyang plataforma. Angat buhay sa hanap buhay, ibalik ang tiwala sa gobyerno para tuloy-tuloy ang pagdami ng trabaho. Next is kaning angat buhay sa pagkain, i-institutionalize ang mga feeding program at palawakin ang Pantawid Pamilya Pilipino program. Next is kaning angat buhay sa seguridad, isulong ang karapatan sa West Philippine Sea. Next naman, kaning angat buhay sa kalusugan, itaas ang budget pangkalusugan, pabilisin ang rollout ng universal healthcare. Angat buhay sa edukasyon, itaas ang edukasyon budget sa hindi bababa sa 6% ang GDP. Angat buhay sa pabahay, and lastly, kaning angat buhay sa kalikasan. And she vowed that under her leadership, discrimination in jobs will be removed as the age of an individual and their educational degree will no longer affect their right to work. So yun po ang plataforma ng ating magpapili as a presidential candidate po.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
Okay, may Giya, oras si karon alas 12:08. And dahil natapos na po sa mga presidential seat, so next naman ang naamong i-discuss karon ang mga vice presidential. Although recap lang ni siya, but I hope nga naka-tune in gihapon mo karon, willing na i-open inyong mga ears, inyong mga radio po para mamino karon. Although recap siya, but gitagaan gyud ako siya time na to dig deeper po sa kanilang mga biography, sa kanilang mga accomplishment, and then sa kanilang mga platform. Kasi ongoing pa din ang kanilang debates and interviews. Sabi nga ni Senator Marcoleta nga dapat maging open ang inyong mga puso, inyong mga isip, kabahin po sa magpapili sa kanilang para sa May 9 national and local elections. So yun po.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
And dahil po alphabetical ang among proseso sa pagbasa sa mga candidates, so simulan po natin sa letter A. sa kanilang family name or last name, ang apelyido po or sa pangalan ni Lito Atienza, isip pagpapili sa vice presidential seat. So, Jose Atienza Jr. is a Filipino architect and politician. During his younger years, he was a youth leader for the Democratic Youth Movement and was one of the survivors of the 1971 Plaza Miranda bombing that left 9 persons killed and several others injured, including prominent figures of the Liberal Party. Lito Atienza, with a political career spanning more than 50 years, he is currently serving as a congressman who was re-elected as a nominee of Buhay Party List in the May 13, 2019 election. Buhay Party List was founded by El Shaddai leader Mike Velarde. The three-term Manila Mayor Lito Atienza provides veteran support for Pacquiao. So, personal information, complete name, Jose Livioco Atienza Jr. Gitawag siya sa pangalan nga Lito or yung nickname kay Lito. Iyang birthday is August 10, 1941. Birthplace, San Andres, Maynila, Metro Manila, Philippines. Estimated net worth is 10 million and primary income from politician. Kabahin naman po siyang family. Iyang father kay si Jose J. Atienza Sr., a distinguished public servant to 3 Philippine president. Iyang uncle naman kay si former Manila Mayor Hermen Negeldo Atienza, a chief of staff of the Philippine Armed Forces in 1960s. And then sa iyang wife naman, ang pangalan kay si Maria Evelina Ilagan Atienza, and naa sila unom ka anak. Namely sa Lakim Atienza, nga popular din po dahil nga isa din siyang TV personality nga alam ng lahat. For sure, dahil nga itanong mo kay Kuya Kim kung itanong ba kay Kuya Kim yung matanglawin pala. Matanglawin pala yung yung program niya or title ng kanyang program, but dahil nga sa nagsashuffle lahat ng mga celebrities, mga personalities, sa una na siya karon sa isa din ka big nga TV network. So, yung program diha karon is kani magbigay na siya ng mga trivia, and then isa din po siya sa maghatag og weather update. Parang sa dating dating network ayun para nabibigay siya ng update, weather update. Anyways, doon kilala si Kim Atienza. Next naman po sa kanyang anak, si Arnold Atienza, and then si Leia Atienza Valdepeñas, and si Miley Atienza, and 2 others. So, kabahay naman sa education background, during his elementary years, dito siya nag-eskwela sa Ateneo de Manila University. Siyang high school naman dito sa Ateneo de Manila University. Sa college, University of Santo Tomas, taking up the course of architecture. Kabahay din naman siyang political career and work experience. Year 2020 up to present, nahimo siyang Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Philippines since 2020. 2013 to present, nahimo siyang congressman as nominee of Buhay Party List. 2007 to 2009, nahimo siyang Secretary of Department of Environment and Natural Resources kon DENR. Tuig 1998 to 2007, nahimo siyang mayor in Manila. 1998 to present, nahimo siyang host sa Manila Drama Series aired by GMA Channel 7. Year 1992 to 1998, nahimo siyang Vice Mayor sa Manila. 1988, Atienza was appointed as General Manager of the National Housing Authority, Philippines. He promoted low-cost housing for teachers and policemen. Year 1986, nahimo siyang General Manager sa National Housing Authority. 1984 to 1986, nahimo siyang mambabatas ng pambansa kon MP. And in 1971 to 1981, nahimo siyang Chief Information under the administration of Mayor Ramon Bagatsing. So yun po. So hindi lang po kilala si Lito Atienza sa isip na politician, kilala din po siya sa isa sa TV personality. So kabahin naman sa iyang Atienza was a TV personality. Atienza hosted the Philippine television drama romance anthology, Maynila, broadcast by GMA Network from November 23, 1998, 5 months after the start of his term as mayor of Manila, until its hiatus in 2020 due to the implementation of the Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine MECQ in Metro Manila amid the surge of COVID-19 cases in the region, where sometimes he acted for some cameo role that giving advices to the characters. And then kabahin naman siyang project as a Manila Mayor, so money ang nangunguna po sa kanyang project. Number 1, he demolished the High Alay building, a historic landmark built during the latter part of the Spanish rule. To make way for court offices, it was where Manila residents watched High Alay, a pelota-like ball game. Next naman po sa kanyang project isip nga mayor, Atienza also destroyed some 2 hectares of the old Arroceros Park near Luneta, Manila Central Park. It was part of the legendary botanical garden where Jose Rizal, the country's national hero, walked along with fellow revolutionaries and discussed poetry and politics. Another po sa kanyang project, he was able to address almost all the social needs of his people through the creation of programs for housing, healthcare, peace and order, education, sports, arts and culture, nature and environment, and welfare of senior citizens. Another po sa kanyang project, Atienza was able to create livelihood programs and employment opportunities for the unemployed by injecting life into the city's economy. He launched training programs and vocational courses for the out-of-school youth and unemployed to provide them with a decent livelihood and a stable source of income. So yun po ang kanyang project isip nga mayor po.
Pagpili!
Sa lungsod ng Maynila. And then, Lito Atienza leadership style. Okay, Atienza's leadership style can be described into 3 aspects. Number 1 is social and community development, where he focused on improving the welfare of senior citizens and of children, especially for abandoned children. Number 2 po, improving living condition by improving government services and facilities. And lastly, kaniyang leadership style, simplifying the bureaucracy or bureaucracy in dealing with the city of government in Manila. So kabahay naman sa iyang pagiging secretary ng Environment Department of Environment and Natural Resources, sa mga niyang mga accomplishment niyang nahimo din. Okay, Atienza, a staunch supporter of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, was named the Environment Secretary on July 18, 2007, replacing Angelo Reyes, who was moved to the Department of Energy after incumbent Rafael Lotelia resigned. Atienza's appointment came as a shock to environment groups who has dubbed him as the butcher of Arroceros. As Manila Mayor, Atienza in 2003 and grave environmentalist, where he ordered the closure of the Arroceros Park to give way to the building and of an education office and a teacher's dormitory, and sparking a lawsuit. The Kalikasan People Network said that Atienza had no moral authority to be at the helm of the DENR because he had neither had a sterling qualification nor a clean track record of protecting the environment as former Manila Mayor. So yun po, isip na environmental secretary. Kabahin din naman sa kanya accomplishment. So may Giya oras karon alas 12:19. Kabahin naman siya accomplishment. Muna yung na-accomplish. Assistant to Taal volcano victims. Free test the training and coordination with Ricky Reyes Institute. Atienza is a staunch religious advocate against capital punishment. Lito Atienza has 99 principal authored bill and 17 co-authored bills. Deputy Speaker Lito or Jose Lito Atienza manifested for an increase in the ARTAS budget. And then kabahin din naman po sa kanyang achievement, He established the Mahal Ko Si Lola Foundation in 1976. He founded Kababaihan ng Maynila, the Women of Manila in 1984, a Women's Livelihood Foundation. Against his achievements, he established Home for the Angels in 1992, a child care center for abandoned and abused infants. And lastly, sa kanyang achievements, he helped implement the Revive Manila program that helped in the renovation and restoration of Manila. So kabahan naman po sa kanyang controversy, si Lito Atienza, number 1 po. Atienza, I will not say yes to same-sex marriage once men can get pregnant. So imagine, yes na daw siya pag lalaki din naman po. Mabuntis daw. Pero parang hindi naman kailangan mabuntis lang lalaki. Kahit nga bachelor, parang buntis na tignan. Pero bachelor ang name. Pag bachelor talaga, meaning to say fit, physically fit, mentally fit, diba? Yun naman talaga ang idea pag tinawag ka ng isang bachelor. Physically fit and mentally fit and spiritually fit. Or fit. Emotionally fit, parang pwede rin na wala siya, kaya nga tinawag nga bachelor, then kaya wala siyang partner. Ano ka ba talaga, Aya? Okay, again, Atienza, I will not say yes to same-sex marriage once men can get pregnant. So, gusto talagang nang lumobo pa ang bilang ng populasyon ng bansang Pilipinas po. Okay, Atienza, say no to mandatory military training. It is a step in the wrong direction. Bakit ba? Alam naman po natin na ito po ang isang plataforma ng atong magpapili din, isip na Vice President, si Sara Duterte. Pero ayaw niya po, sabi niya, no to mandatory military training. It is a step in the wrong direction. So, tignan po natin kung mali ba talaga ang desisyon kung si Sara Duterte din po ang manalo at pala rin talagang maging Vice President at talagang ma-pursue itong mandatory military training. Next naman sa kanyang controversy, Atienza was also accused of erecting an alienating concrete jungle on the top of Manila Bay. Near the famous Manila Hotel, detractors have called his concrete baywalk na infamous for having taken away the sea from Manila landscape. So, infamous daw ko, no? Next naman po sa kanyang controversy, kaning Atienza, a staunch religion and pro-life advocate, was one of the critics on the now enacted reproduction health law. He also expressed opposition to several bills such as anti-discrimination, divorce, and the reimposition of death penalty. Another naman sa iyang controversy, kaning Atienza was also one of the most vocal supporters of media giant na ABS-CBN Corporation during the height of its franchise renewal bid. In July 2020, a House panel killed ABS-CBN bid with Atienza's calling it a mistrial. And another sa iyang controversy naman, kaning Atienza said, Manila Bay White and Sand Project a complete waste of public funds. So bakit kaya nasabi niya iyon? Okay, Manila Bay White Sand Project, sabi niya a complete waste of public funds. And lastly naman sa iyang controversy, kanang sinabi niya na I am not afraid of how big the enemy is. Atienza said at the online pandesal forum acknowledging Sara as a political giant. So yan po ang kanyang sinabi na hindi daw siya natatakot kahit na si Sara Duterte po ay tinatawag na isang gulayat. Siguro nakita niya na isang talagang threat si Sara Duterte isip na magpapili para sa atong Vice President nga election para sa May 9 national election. Okay, kabahan din naman po sa kanyang plataforma. Ito po ang kanyang sinabi. Okay, Lito Atienza, if he wins as Vice President, he would fight corruption and social justice program. He would push for pro-life measures. And then, Vice Presidential aspirant and Deputy Speaker Lito Atienza, he would serve as the President super alalay con assistant. If both he and his running mate, Senator Manny Pacquiao, win in the 2022 election. As of now, Deputy Speaker Lito Atienza will be able to resume campaigning once he was recuperated from surgery. said Senator Manny Pacquiao of his running mate. Atienza went under the knife a few days ago and is expected to be discharged from Makati Medical Center. He will still have to undergo a month-long rehabilitation from the surgery before his doctors could give him the go signal to join the campaign trail. Election day is on May 9, 2022. So yun po ang biography and accomplishment po. And then plataforma sa isip na magpapili para sa vice presidential seat, si Lito Atienza. So may marami din po siyang na mga nagawa na mga bills, although na ang uban is napasa or na-enacted na, siya po din po ang mga co-sponsored and sponsored. So muni ang mga bills nga ipasa may so hayaan niyo po na ako lang siyang bigyan ng detalye. Kabahin aning House Bill 002, also known as Resolution of both Houses, proposing an amendments to certain economic provision of the 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, particularly on Articles 2, 14, and Article 16. Another bill na iyang napasa po or siya po ang sponsored and co-authored kaning House or HR number 2276, resolution urging the Department of Social Welfare and Development to release on a quarterly basis the monthly social pension of the senior citizens instead of the current semestral schedule. Another po na kanyang bill na ipasa na siya ang sponsored, co-sponsored and authored. Kaning House Rule Number 2165, resolution commending Deputy Speaker Abraham Bambul and Tolentino, President of the Philippine Olympic Committee (POC), for his very capable leadership of the Philippine team to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics that successfully brought home 4 medals, including the country's first ever gold medal. So yun po ang nakuha ni yung sino nga yung nakakuha ng medalya na gold medal during sa Olympic? Taga Zamboanga, yung babae po, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan niya. Ano naman ay napasa kaning resolution dismissing the compliant for impeachment filed by Mr. Edwin M. Cordivilla against Supreme Court Associate Justice Mario Victor F. Leonin. Another naman na bill na kanya napasa or kanina mo siyang sponsored, co-authored, kaning resolution calling for an immediate investigation in aid of legislation by the appropriate committee of the House of Representatives on the damaging effects of the Pinagrilan Cave by mining and quarrying activities conducted by Spar Development Company Incorporated within the proximity of the cave located at Minuyan, Norsagaray Province of Bulacan. So another naman na kaanyang napasa na bill resolution na siya po ang naging sponsored or co-authored kaning resolution strongly supporting the letter request of senior citizens and person with disability right advocate Attorney Remulo B. Makalintal to the Department of Transportation and the Toll Regulatory Board to implement to the provision of the laws that grant a 20% discount to senior citizens and PWDs on their purchase of loads for RFID toll fees and expressways. So yun po. Another naman kaning House Rule Number 1256, a resolution congratulating and commending Mr. Lavrente Endico Lavdias, director, producer of screenplay, writer, and editor of Lahi Hayop con Ginospan, for winning the Horizonte Award for the Best Director at the 77th Venice International Film Festival. So another naman po na bill na kanya napasa na himo siyang sponsored or principal sponsored and co-authored kaning House Bill Number 09643, an act granting additional benefits and privileges to person with disability, further amending for the purpose Section 3227 of Republic Act Number 7277 as amended by Republic Act 10754, otherwise known as an act expanding the benefits of privileges of person with disability con PWDs. And another naman sa iyang nahim or napasa na bill or nahimo siyang principal sponsored and co-authored kaning House Bill Number 09543, an act providing for a new rural bank accounts or ACT repelling for the Purpose Republic Act 9 or Republic Act number 7359, otherwise known as the Rural Bank Act of the 1992 as amended. And kaning House Bill number 0957, an act establishing the Young Farmers and Fisher Folks Challenge program, creating for the purpose the Young Farmers and Fisher Folks Challenge Council and appropriating funds therefore. And lastly po, sa kanyang mga napasa or nahimo siyang principal sponsored, co-authored, kaning House Bill number 09576, an act promoting the development of the bamboo industry by strengthening the Philippine Bamboo Industry Development Council, creating the Bamboo Industry Research and Development Center, providing incentives for bamboo plantation development, and appropriating funds therefore. So yun po ang kanyang mga nagawa, mga accomplishment sa iyang mga nahimo po or nahimo sa iyang biography or motong biography, accomplishment and platforms po sa atong isa sa magpapili para sa atong vice presidential candidate na si Jose Livioco Atienza Jr. Giya, oras sa karon alas 12:31. And dahil po wala tayong connection sa atong FB account, so hanapin ko na lang po sa atong YouTube na channel kung meron pong mga request, may mga comment and suggestion. So hanapin ko po muna. Pasensya na Giya, ha?
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
So, ayun po, nakita ko na ilang mga messages sa atong Facebook account. Salamat din kay Joey. So, ayun po, Giya, oras sa karon alas 12:31. So, ako lang na i-recognize atong mga viewers, atong mga listeners out there. Hello po sing lahat dyan. I hope nga na-inspired mo or nakakutlogid mo og maayo pang or dagdag na information. Giya, kabahin again sa magpapili para sa atong vice presidential seat. So, hi to Ma'am Gapulrian. Good noon, Ma'am Aya. Watching, salamat kayo, Ma'am Gapulrian with 4 hearts. Sila po talaga nagbibigay kulay din sa atong mga programa, And hi po dahil kay Ma'am Jillian Hart. Good morning. Ma'am Sex, good morning pa ba? Feeling ko good morning pa kasi nga sa ating panahon ngayon na uulan, tapos bigla na namang iinit, tapos bigla na namang uulan, diba? Parang kanta talaga. When you're hot and you're cold. Okay, hi din Ma'am Jillian Hart. Good morning, Ma'am Sexy Aya with madaming hearts ito. 2468. Ayun, with 8 hearts. Salamat kaayo, Ma'am Jillian Hart sa pag-view. Hello po sing lahat dyan. And then from Jillian Hart, watching now and listening. And then from Sunny Lumangka. Good afternoon po, DJ. God bless you po. Salamat kaayo, Sunny Lumangka. Likewise, God bless you too. Thank you so much for viewing and listening. Okay, from Desiree GM Malon. Hello, DJ on board. Pa-shout out, DJ Sexy Aya. Happy Thursday. Pagwit ko sa akong beautiful cousin na si Morisa Kabog in Labu ay maigo. Happy birthday. Salamat sa pagsigaw, DJ on board, Sexy Aya. So, happy birthday po sa lahat ng birthday karon, especially kay Norisa Kabog. Beautiful cousin daw ni Ma'am Desiree GM Malon. So, happy birthday po. And sa lahat ng birthday karon, happy birthday. Na wish you all the best, good luck, and good health. And of course, more birthdays to come. More cakes to slice, more candles to blow, more balloons to pop, and more lechon to eat. Speaking of more lechon to eat, and speaking of happy birthday, advance happy birthday ay sa atong Municipal Administrator, Engineer Joselito Nonoy Miquiabas. Sir, advance happy birthday. Ano bang plano mo, sir? Mukhaon ba may lechon, sir? Parang wala pang lechon talaga. Wala pang lechon, Aya. Tumahimik ka dyan. So, hello po sa lahat. Ganang birthday, ganang happy birthday. Okay, from Ma'am Erlina Bunesebo. Sila po nag-comment sa atong YouTube na channel. Hi to you, Ma'am. Okay, hello, Ma'am Aya. Good noon to you and to all Grace Covenant FM family and staff. Have a great Thursday and God bless everyone. And then from Ma'am Erlinda Serna, Atienza, Erlinda Serna, sana all ako. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng sana all ako? And then from Ma'am Erlinda Serna, hashtag Sarah all. Ayun, with 3 hearts. So, yun po ang opinion ni Ma'am Erlinda Bernasebo nga, Sarah all with 3 hearts. So, salamat di ay sa atong mga suking tigpaminaw o sa atong mga viewers, So, yun po ang biography. Ulitin ko po, yun po ang biography accomplishment, achievement po ni Joselito Atensa Jr. So bukas, March 11, 2022, Friday po yan. So don't forget din ang programa dahil sa tumikiji from 5th Mechanized Infantry Kaagapay Battalion. Ang Kaagapay, around 9 to 10 after sa program sa Municipal Administrator, Engineer Joselito Miquiabas ang lungsod o ang katawan. So I hope Mekiji kayo is nahayagan na. And then paulit-ulit ko pong sabihin ito na sana po kayo ay ready na at talagang ready na physically, mentally. Kung sino po ang inyong dapat na butaran para sa tong May 9 national and local election. So wag din niyo pong tandaan na talagang magdala na kayo ng listahan kung sino ba inyong ginaaying na butaran. Especially po sa atong presidential seat, sa atong vice presidential seat, and then sa atong mga senatorial slate. So dapat tandaan Mekiji maging ready. Naagid sa inyo ang gahom para kung sino talaga ang dapat na manalo. So tandaan, paulit-ulitin ko din na talagang mag-review po kayo. Kasi nga 6 years ang kanilang pamumuno o ilang pagsilbis sa atong bansang Pilipinas. And dahil po bukas is Friday, so wala po ako bukas. So baka meron na tomorrow si atong municipal administrator. Kasi nga masyado talaga siyang busy. So baka bukas siya po inyong makauban around 12 to 1 po para sa programa na Giya sa Pagpili 2022. So once again, Mekiji, goodbye and God bless us all. Bacolod, padayon pagsidlak.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.